Name here, consistency, consistency, consistency. This does not feel good for my shoulders at all. When you're training chest, ideally, it's chest day. Let's go. Okay, so here's the fit for today. Got some nice socks, red tank top, and black shorts with a little bit of red on it to match with the red tank top. This one is like a dark maroon color, so that kind of matches as well. So that's the fit for today. And by the way, the shorts, the tank top, both of those are from the best store ever, Temu. No, I'm kidding. No, really, they're both from Temu. Great price. I'm super happy, to be honest, with anything I get there. So it's been a big plus to shop from there for super, super cheap prices. Okay, this is the fit today. This is how everything looks together. Decided to wear my gray New Balance shoes. Couldn't really find anything that had a little bit of red. I didn't want to add a lot of red to this outfit because I already have the red tank top. Already got the red on the shorts. I didn't want to have too much red at the bottom, so just wear the gray New Balance. Perfect. Okay, so today is chest and shoulder day. We did on the last video a review of a lot of the back pieces at the gym. So now we're going to review a lot of chest and shoulder pieces. So similar to the back pieces, we do want a certain angle of how the machine is going. So when you're training chest, ideally, you do want the machine or the exercise that you're doing to go out and in. Now, if you're going in and out, you'll still get a contraction that'll feel decent, but it's not gonna be nearly as strong of a contraction, and you won't feel your chest as much if you're going in and out, because the action of the chest is to allow for flexion and allow your actual arms to combine and get together. So what we're going to do is find machines that not only match that profile or match the action of the chest, but also what feels good for me. I do get a little bit of tension, especially on my right side when I press on certain machines or certain exercises. And also sometimes my shoulders bother me with certain exercises for the shoulders. So we'll see which exercises fit the action of the chest by going out and in, and also what feels good for my body when we actually get in the gym and find some different pieces that we want to try. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so we're gonna start with this chest piece from Life Fitness. Life Fitness brand in general doesn't make amazing pieces. They're decent. They're just basic machines that they have a decent resistance profile, and they normally feel okay. This one goes a little bit in and out when I press, so it's not ideal, but right now I'm just experimenting, so this will have to be okay for today. It's not super heavy. So ideally I do want pieces that are heavy, so I can use them for weeks or months and progressively overload them. So I'll do a few more warm-ups, do a working set with this so I can get a good feel on whether I want to continue with this machine or not. Okay, a few pluses and minuses. This does not feel good for my shoulders at all. And I'm almost doing the full stack. So this is definitely not a machine I can progressively overload. If I'm almost doing all the weight on the machine on my first time trying it, that's not a sign of a machine I can do for weeks or months. And I ideally want to progressively overload a machine or an exercise for months. So shoulders are not feeling great on it. It does give a decent contraction. And also it does feel like my shoulders are too far out when I do press. So they just don't feel comfortable at all. So I'll maybe do one more set of this and then we'll move on. Okay, so this is a chest machine I've used before, plenty of times before. I just wanted to show it because I do think it's a good piece, and I do get really good contractions with it. It does go out and in, so it's a converging press, so the contractions really do feel really good. It can cause a little bit of shoulder tension, but overall it's a really good piece by Hammer Strength. So we'll do a few sets here. This is going to be my first working set, so let's get to it. Now that's how to train to failure. This is the last chest machine that we're going to use. I usually almost always finish with a fly movement. This Movemia brand piece is a little different from the usual flies that you see. Most people do. It's a little bit of a different feel, and I do like that it has padding, so I don't have to hold on to anything. And it goes right at the elbow. So if you have like shoulder issues, this can feel more comfortable for you than holding onto a handle and doing the fly movement. So we'll do a few sets of this and then we'll move on to shoulders. All right, so we're gonna use this machine to move on to side delts. We'll see how the resistance feels. Ideally, you like at the top to feel a little bit easier because normally the top of the movement is the most difficult, at least for the side delts. So we'll see how the resistance profile is. Ideally, we hope it's a little bit harder at the bottom, and as we go up, it gets a little bit easier. So here we go. Okay, this is definitely a piece I'm going to use for my side delts. Has a really good resistance profile, so I do feel it's easier at the top. So this is definitely one I want to continue with. So good piece, nice adjustability. You can change the degrees of angle from where you want to start, and it is also something you can use for the chest as well if you put it at the top angle. So it's very versatile.
No para volvérselo como un impreso, sino para...
Okay, so this is a machine by Hammer Strength. I haven't used this piece since living in the US, so it's definitely a machine that I'm used to. The biggest issue with this machine is it's hard to keep your feet on the floor for stability. So to be honest, after so many years, I thought they would maybe fix that feature, but I mean, I'll lower this. Yeah, I cannot even lower the seat. This is as low as it gets, so I'll have to really kind of put my knees to the side. We'll see how this feels. So it is a pretty comfortable machine for the shoulders, and I do like the angle of the machine, so at least for my shoulders. So overall, it's a good piece. The big one is the stability, trying to keep your feet on the floor, but it's a good piece. Okay, so chest and shoulders are officially done. I had some good luck with a few of the machines that felt really good for squeezing my chest and not really bothering my shoulders. There were a couple of machines that did give me some tension in my shoulders. That was a little bit too much. But overall, definitely a great workout. I really like the side delt machine. I like the fly machine that I showed you guys with the padding, so I don't have to hold something. So it feels more comfortable for the shoulders when I train. And yeah, overall had a good pump. I stayed productive and efficient. I got in and out in less than an hour for chest and shoulders, so that's a big plus. Now I'm going to enjoy my breakfast. I have the usual, wait, did someone? Yep, you're right, 6 eggs and a bagel. You guys get the theme here, consistency, consistency, consistency.
The same thing we do every night, Pinky.
I'm super happy eating 6 eggs and a bagel every single morning if I'm getting the results in the gym and making progress with my physique goals and my fitness goals. There's nothing bad about that. If I'm happy, that's all that matters. So, hope I see you guys at the squat rack and in the kitchen.